Hey, good afternoon to everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It is not so bright and early anymore. It's 3 p.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. If you watch my channel, you get what I'm saying. I was just finishing up my Christmas shopping. I am all done, and I just finished up my wrapping and put the bows on, finished labeling the Christmas cards, and I am finished. I was just about to kick back and start maybe reading for the afternoon, and I decided to see what was going on in the news, and I came across a very interesting story. This is trending on Twitter right now, Thursday, December 21st in the afternoon. It is trending, and I'm sure it's going to be quite a story tomorrow. I have a few comments about this. This won't be a long video. John Schneider, who played Bo Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard. Apparently, he was also on the Masked Singer or whatever that show is called. I don't know. And he came in second place. He was the donut. And apparently, he posted a response on Twitter to a comment, a tweet that President Joe Biden had made. And it's basically a threat against the President of the United States. And it's, like I said, this is trending. This is going to be quite a story tomorrow. Let me read to you what was said here. Joe Biden tweeted this. This is Joe Biden, the President of the United States, saying, "Trump poses many threats to our country, the right to choose, civil rights, voting rights, and the American standing in the world. But the greatest threat he poses is to our democracy. If we lose that, we lose everything." I agree with everything Joe Biden says there. He is a threat to our democracy. I mean, just look at January 6th. That was a lawful an election. He tried to overthrow an election. Everything else is correct. Voting rights are being rolled back in red states. Civil rights. Look at Florida and don't say gay laws. Our standing in the world, he's a joke. The right to choose, I mean, everything Joe Biden said is 100% accurate. Okay, here's John Schneider's response, and I don't want this video to get demonetized, so I'm going to skip a word. Here's John Schneider's response. "Mr. President, I believe you are guilty of treason and should be publicly that's the word I'm skipping here. Your response is ? Like, does he think really? He just called for. This is basically illegal. This is the one thing. You have freedom of speech in America, and there's like one thing you can't do or say, and he said it. Sincerely, John Schneider." Okay, so I looked on Twitter. I wanted to see what the responses to this were. And overwhelmingly, what I found, I'll put the links down below. Overwhelmingly, I saw John Schneider just getting bashed. Of course, there were a few Trump supporters. They tried to spin this as political beliefs, that he's being persecuted for his political beliefs. Calling for the public... what he called for here, that's not considered a political belief. I saw another comment on John Schneider's Facebook page saying that this guy thought he was very brave and it was the manly thing to do. Really? I kind of think it's cowardly. If any, threatening somebody, on a computer, if that's not the very definition of cowardly, I don't know what is. Again, I'm amazed. It's always the same. This is one thing I've always wondered. Like I'm the same age. I'm Caucasian, well, part Caucasian, Native American. And I've said this in other videos. I don't know why it is. A lot of the guys I went to high school with are like this. John Schneider's 63 years old, Caucasian. It's the stereotypical Trump supporter. Here's another thing that I want to bring up. I'm interested to see how Trump supporters are going to spin this. I'm sure the word canceled is going to come up. Like, John Schneider's being canceled and, for his political beliefs and all this other stuff. Like I said, there's one thing in this country that you can't say. One thing. And he said it. the links. I'll put the links to the. He's trending. This whole thing is trending on Twitter right now. It reminds me of the way Trump supporters tried to spin this as political beliefs. It's as foolish and stupid sounding as saying that January 6th was nothing but a tourist tour. Tourists taking a tour of the Congress. I think Trump supporters. I mean, can they? Trump supporters have a problem with honesty, just like their cult leader. I mean, if you can't see this and admit what it is, it's not a political belief. It's a legal. It's appalling, really, is what it is. This is like you always hear Trump supporters saying, third world country this and third world country that. This is the kind of stuff they do, calling for the president of the United States. This is the kind of thing they do in Russia or North Korea or third world countries. Congratulations. Cowardly, very cowardly. I hope the FBI shows up on his doorstep. I would love to see that. I think he deserves it. Like I said, one thing you can't say in this country, freedom of speech. You could say anything you want. You could yell, "There's a fire in the theater." You could say anything you want. Any stupid belief. The earth is flat. There's one thing you can't say, and you had to say it. Let me know what you think. I will be back with a video tomorrow morning, bright and early at 3 a.m. You guys have a good afternoon.